Hi, I'm Congressman Scott Perry. At the beginning of each week the Congress is in session, I send out a brief update about the bills the House of Representatives likely will consider. The bills are as follows, and there are a lot of them. H.R. 2052, the Global Investment in America Jobs Act of 2013, which directs the Secretary of Commerce and other relevant federal departments and agencies to conduct an interagency review of ways to increase the global competitiveness of the United States in attracting foreign direct investment. H.R. 2844, the Federal Communications Commission Consolidation Reporting Act of 2013. This would recommend that the Communications Act of 1934 to consolidate the reporting obligations of the FCC in order to improve congressional oversight and reduce reporting burdens. H.R. 1155, the National Association of Registered Agents and Brokers Reform Act of 2013, which will maintain the successful state-based system of insurance regulation while streamlining procedures from state to state. H.R. 1155, the National Association of Registered Agents and Brokers Reform Act of 2013, will maintain the successful state-based system of insurance regulation while streamlining procedures from state to state. It'll allow for more competition between insurance agents and brokers, which ultimately means more choices and better prices for consumer purchasing insurance policies. H.R. 2747, the Streamlining Claims Processing for Federal Contractor Employee Act, which would transfer certain functions from the Government Accountability Office to the Department of Labor that are related to the processing of claims for workers who were not paid appropriate wages under certain provisions of the U.S. Code. H.R. 1891, the Science Laureates of the United States Act of 2013, which establishes the position of Science Laureate of the United States. Senate 130, the Powell Shooting Range Land Conveyance Act, which would require the Bureau of Land Management to transfer 322 acres of federal land near Powell, Wyoming, to the Powell Recreation District, which currently operates a shooting range on those lands. Senate Bill 157, the Denali National Park Improvement Act. The act would authorize the Secretary of the Interior to issue permits for micro-hydroelectric projects in the Kantashana Hills area of the Denali National Park and Preserve in Alaska. This permits an exchange of land between the Department of Doyon Tourism, Incorporated, authorize the National Park Service to issue permits for natural gas pipeline in the park, and redesignate a ranger station. Senate 304, the Natchez Trace Parkway and Land Conveyance Act of 2013, which would require the National Park Service to transfer about 67 acres of property in the parkway to the state of Mississippi. Senate Bill 256, a bill to amend Public Law 93-435 with respect to the Northern Mariana Islands, providing parity with Guam, the Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. It transfers to the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands submerged lands and extends 3 miles outward from their coastlines islands, where the President may establish naval defensive areas and airspace reservations when necessary for national defense. Senate Bill 459, the Minuteman Missile National Historic Site Boundary Modification Act, which would approve the transfer of administrative jurisdiction of about 29 acres of the Buffalo Gap National Grasslands from the Forest Service to the National Park Service. H.R. 2775, the No Subsidies Without Verification Act, which would prohibit any federal subsidies for Obamacare's health insurance exchanges until there's a system in place that verifies eligibility as outlined by the current law. Continuing Appropriations Resolution 2014 would fund the government through a specified date until there's a long-term agreement on a budget. No vote is expected in the House this week on Syria. I'll keep you up to date as events continue to unfold regarding Syria. As always, if you have questions or if I may be of assistance to you or your family in any way, please contact me at perry.house.gov. That's perry.house.gov. Again, I'm Scott Perry, and I hope you have a fantastic week.